T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Jones messed with the wrong melon farmers. Thug life.
And here we go.
I prayed that he would burn in hell, but in my heart.
This is as far as you go. No more.
Hello, Sydney. Are you God damn you.
Wish I had you all alone, just the two of us.
I don't want to scare anyone, but I'm going to give it to you straight about Jason. His body was never recovered from the lake after he drowned.
You let him drown. You should have been watching him.
Maybe listen to the old timers in town. They'll tell you he's still out there, stalking. Some folks claim they've even seen him right in this area.
Jason, he came back.
See, Jason was my son, and today is his birthday.
He was actually there. He watched his mom being beheaded.
You need to be punished for what you did to him.
Jason should have been watched every minute.
Kill her, Mommy. Kill her. Don't let her get away, Mommy.
He wasn't a very good swimmer.
Ooh, baby. 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 Ooh, baby.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Movies and Beyond. Once again, I am Michael, and today it's Sunday. It's the Sunday Horror Hangout, and today, finally, I get to talk about something new with Jason Voorhees, and I'm so excited to do that tonight. So excited, in fact, let me say that again. So excited, in fact, that I didn't want to do it alone. We have a short tonight. We have a trailer for a short tonight that came out Friday. at San Diego Comic-Con. I don't think that my Instagram has blown up that much on any day. I didn't get to see it until yesterday. Okay. I waited. I was like, I'll check it out when I get home. Do I want to do a reaction video to it? No, I'm just gonna watch it, right? So I ended up watching it. And I wanted to talk about it tonight. I was like, I'll save it for Sunday. We'll go through it. I will show the trailer. I will take the copyright hit. That is just fine. I don't care. We'll show the trailer tonight. We'll talk about the trailer, what it means, what's going on, some announcements they made at Comic-Con through the Jason universe, all the things that they're telling us, we're going to talk about tonight. We'll talk with you beautiful people in the live chat. And I also have brought someone along, someone that does in the past has done many films with me, many fan films, and we had a good time doing that for sure. So if we're going to do an official short film or a vignette, as they are calling it, yes, I had to Google that. Definitely did. When they called it that originally, that's what I had to Google it. It's fine. And I brought him along to hang out with me tonight, and that is Eric from the Bearded Entertainments. What is going on, my brother? How you doing? It's been a minute.
What's up, bud? It's been too many minutes. Did you say they call it a vignette?
They're calling it a vignette. Yes.
That's weird.
Dude, everything about the Jason universe up until this point has been weird. It has
I'm not a fan.
Weird. It has all been weird. I am for something that I love so much, the Friday the 13th franchise. Why you gotta make it weird, bro? Like, why does everything have to be different? Why can't we just let it be? Like when Halloween 2018 came out, it was just like, we got a dope ass movie coming. Nick Castle's coming back. Jamie Lee Curtis is coming back. Get excited, but no, we're doing things a little differently. We're definitely doing things a little differently.
Halloween 2018 started very strong. Like it started that trilogy very strong, but they started the way I think you should if you're a new group of filmmakers coming into an established franchise. They started by making a straightforward Michael movie. Yeah. Like they should do that with Friday. Like make a straightforward Friday the 13th. No one is going to be upset if it's just Jason at Camp Crystal Lake killing people. No one's going to be mad at that if you do it well. But prove that you can do that well before you start planning a prequel series, before you start planning a vignette and a game. Like prove to us, the fans, you can do a straightforward Friday movie well, and then build on that.
Yeah, I agree, man. I do. Now, I will also, if this ends up being amazing, like the Jason universe becomes something that's great, I will be the first person to be like, look, I was a skeptic. I didn't see it, but good job. I'm not one of those people that's just going to bash every little thing that comes out. That's, when we get to the trailer, I'm going to go in more depth on how I feel about all of this because I talked to you a little bit, backstage about it. And, I definitely want to save it for everybody, once we get to that point. But let's go ahead and say hello to everybody in the chat real quick. Let's see who we got with us tonight, Eric, and then we'll get this show on the road with Sweet Revenge. We're going to start with the trailer. I'm not going to make you guys wait till the end for that. We're going to start there. Usually you want to finish strong, but I think that that's going to bring a ton of conversation coming out of that. So let's see who we got in the chat. I see that Jerry Wilson is in the chat saying, hello, Michael. Let's go. What's up, Jerry? I hope you are doing well, my man. Always good to see you here. And he is reminding everyone to hit that like button. Yeah, if you haven't hit that like button yet, do that. Do that. He's also saying he's excited for this one, and he is dropping the Patreon link as well. So if you like to support Movies and Beyond outside of YouTube, you can do so over at Patreon at that link right there. There was a new video posted to Patreon members only yesterday. So go over and check that out. Melissa, the wild card, is in the chat saying hey to everybody. What's up, Melissa? I hope you are doing well, my friend. Always good to see you here. I see that James is in the chat. The Shape is in the chat saying hi to everybody. What is up, James? I hope you are doing well, my man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Russell Dorsey is in the chat as well saying, what's up, everyone? Let's smash that like button if you haven't already, and let's enjoy this awesome stream. Let's get this party started. Thug Life. Hi, Michael, and everyone in. What's up, Russell? Always look forward to your intros, buddy. You come in and you drop it strong. What is up, my man? I hope you're doing well. Jeff D'Angelo is in the chat as well, saying, hey, all you happy horror people, happy horror Sunday. I'm driving, so I'm only able to listen. Hey, that's cool, Jeff. Any way I can get you, brother. Always good to see you here, my friend, and drive safe. Yeah, don't be chatting.
I do that all the time. Like when I'm on my motorcycle, if one of y'all goes live, like I have my headphones, I'll just turn it on and listen while I'm. It's great. Honestly, I love listening to the horror chat.
Usually I'll do like the podcasts and stuff while I'm traveling. Like, let's say that I like recently I went to Indy for a convention. You know, it's just like I'll listen to podcasts as I'm driving, or on my way to work. You know, if there's a ton of traffic, then yeah, I'm gonna listen to a podcast for sure. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I see that the general is in the chat, and the general always gets a salute from Movies and Beyond. What's up, Val? I hope you are doing well, my friend. Always good to see you here. Paula is in the chat as well, saying hi to everyone. What is up, Paula? I hope you are doing well, my friend. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Wayne Turner in the chat as well, saying hi all. It's 10:30 a.m. Monday here in Sydney, Australia. What you gonna do, Movies and Beyond? What you gonna do when Movies and Beyond run wild on you? R.I.P. Hulk Hogan. Yeah, man.
Oh my god.
Ah, dude. Like, I haven't watched wrestling since the 90s.
Since the Attitude Era?
To be on. Yeah. Like I was 16, 17 when I stopped watching wrestling, but man, talk about memories flooding back from being a little kid. With Hulk Hogan, man, that could be a show in itself, talking about that man for sure. What's up, Wayne? I hope you're doing well, my friend. I hope you are doing well. I see that Michelle is in the chat as well, saying happy Sunday, all. Happy Sunday, Michelle. I hope that you are having a fantastic day. Always good to see you here. Always. Let's see.
Long time no see.
Trying to scroll through here to see if I got anybody. Oh, I see that Kyle's in the chat as well. Hi, Kyle. What's up, Kyle? Kyle saying hey to everyone. I hope you're having a good Sunday, my man. I hope that you are doing well. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, Kyle. Let's see. I don't want to miss anybody. Make sure. Oh, I see the Oracle's in the chat. Oracle is in the chat saying, oh, hell yeah, nobody's going to stop us now. I'm just hoping that they live up to their word, like what they were saying at Comic-Con. Yeah, dude, like I do too. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about all that tonight. So hopefully, you know, what they're saying. Yes, I agree 100%. I agree. I hope you're doing well, Oracle. Good to see you. Good to see you. I think that I got everybody chatting. If I missed you, just drop a message in the comment section. I'll pop it up on the screen and I will say hello. I did my best to get through all you wonderful people in the chat to say hello. Eric, looking at all the things that I want to talk about tonight, I definitely want to get Sweet Revenge first. I definitely want to do that. I definitely want to go through that. Well, God, man, I'm very happy about it, yet very sad about it too. So we'll see. Are you ready?
I wouldn't say sad. I'd say skeptical. Like I'm happy, but still skeptical. Like I'm not sad about anything that I've seen so far. And I found out just like backstage, there's some stuff I haven't seen because I haven't seen this new mask that we're going to talk about. Like obviously the mask from the trailer I've seen. I've watched the trailer twice. And I've seen a photo of the mask from Comic-Con. But yeah, dude, let's watch this trailer and then get it.
Yeah, man. All right, guys. We're going to run this. So let me know on sound. Check my volume here. Put that up. It should be okay. All right, here we go. Sweet Revenge.
You all settled in?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, look at this.
You got a beautiful spot here.
The property's had a bit of a troubled past.
What kind of trouble?
Oh, you know, the usual story. Revenge.
I like the music stopping right there.
What happened? Anyway, you kids have fun.
You know, here is what I'll say. For an apple cider commercial, yeah. I mean,
Best one I've ever seen.
best one.
Best hard cider commercial ever put to film, right there.
I do feel like it is the best. It is the best apple cider commercial of all time. Of all time. Angry Orchid, they're the ones that, funded this. They're the ones that, put all this together. You can break it. We can break it down. We can look at some of the things, man. But first things first, man. Let's talk about Jason in this. Let's talk about Jason. We'll be Paul here. Like, I'm gonna tell you about Jason. You know what I mean? Like, let's do that. What did you think off rip of Jason himself in this? Like, it was very quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very, very quick shots. Let's start with the boat. Let's start there, man, of him jumping out of the boat. We saw, in the trailer, the music is playing, it's happy, happy, happy. And the music cuts off and you kind of get that eerie silence out on the lake. I did enjoy the way they set that up. But how did you feel about that whole sequence right there?
Obviously nostalgia. You feel it, like everyone who's a Friday fan, even the least bit, knows that scene. So it was great. I like that it can build suspense just long enough, in my opinion, and he comes out of that water fast.
Yeah.
Like he, and you mentioned this when we were talking, like he comes up quick.
Yeah.
And it's like over in a flash. And you're right. It does not look like he's wearing the mask in that shot. So
right.
I'm totally on board with that. Like, if this had been something where, we had gotten a movie recently, I would say don't include that. But I'm okay with nostalgia in this short film, seeing as how we haven't had a movie in 16 years.
Right.
So
I think that you're definitely onto something there, man. And my feelings to this, it's just like there's the skeptic in me, that's the guy that's been hurt so many times. You know what I mean? Like I've multiple sequels that were supposed to happen, then they didn't, then they ended up in court. It's like, we're going to give it to you. Now we're going to take it away. You're not going to get it. Oh, we got something else we're going to give to you. Yeah, we're going to take it away. It's like I'm that timid person that's been hurt before, and they've never made it as far as a trailer now. Now, granted, this isn't a trailer to a movie. It's for a vignette that they're calling it. That is a 13-minute long movie that is actually coming out August 13th. But yes, as far as the boat scene, right? I love the way the music cuts off. And to me, Jason, this is the big difference, between like Jason and a Michael Myers. Jason is fast. He comes out of the water. It was like a shark, right? It was literally like a shark coming up, grabbing its victim and going back down. Like it's food in a shark's terms, and I really like that. I think that they nailed that from a Jason perspective. We've seen Jason come out of the water multiple times, going all the way back to the original where Ari Lehman jumps out of the water, to grab Alice. You can go to part 4 where Judy Aronson gets killed in the boat, where he comes out of the water, where she's in the raft. You can go to part 6 with Tommy in the boat with the chain holding it over and the lake on fire, and Jason jumping up and breaking the boat. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of nostalgia, as you were saying, with Jason Voorhees and coming out of the water like that. So yeah, man, like I dug that part. But like you were saying, we did talk about it. Doesn't look like he's masked Jason at that point. It doesn't look like he's wearing a mask. You can't really tell, but you can definitely see the sides of his head are exposed. So it's just
that's a little bit worrisome though, because here's the thing: what do they say this thing was going to be? 13 minutes.
13 minutes. Yes.
You're not going to have enough time in 13 minutes unless he's on screen a lot to set up an unmasked and a masked Jason, because there needs to be some build up to that. Like, the mask. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm hoping it's like maybe kind of hoping there is a mask there. We're just not seeing it, because if that is unmasked Jason, that's not the beginning of the movie, because we already see in the trailer she's gonna, like, her and the group is gonna be getting there.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be set up already. So unless he finds the mask like right before the final killing spree, because we see he's going into that house.
Oh, he's going into the house.
So unless he finds it, like maybe one of the kids brought it, one of that group brought it, and he's going into that, he finds it right before he goes into that house.
Yeah, I mean, he's going in. It looked like he went in that house, Ted White style from Part 4. You know what I mean? Like he's breaking doors down. You know, he's just, no, we're not going to wait and bide our time. It's just like, I'm going through this door. At least that's what it looked like, right?
Yeah.
Let's see what the chat has to say real quick. We'll catch up and then we'll move on to the next scene in this. Russell said, I think he's back. I want to be in that camp, Russell. I want so much to be in that camp. Melissa saying, I wish we would get another Friday movie. Me too. Me too.
They did announce it.
Yeah.
Let's to clarify, if anyone didn't watch the Comic-Con panel, they announced a feature-length film and a game.
Yes,
but
they did.
Maybe it was just me, but they just, like, I rewatched everything. They announced it as just such a, like, an in passing type of thing.
Well,
like,
they announced that it was in the works. Okay.
Yeah.
So in the works, the amount of things that could mean, and we'll jump right on that when we're done with the trailer here, talking about the trailer. But yeah, I definitely want to talk about that as well too. Let's see. Wayne Turner was saying Jason Statham is Jason. That'd be a badass Jason. I just don't know if it would fit. If it would fit. James is saying, I think it will be good. At least I hope. I hope so too. I do. I hope so. Let's see. Daniel is saying Jason needs his own streaming series. I think that it's gonna get there. I do think that that's the direction Crystal Lake is heading. And that's me not knowing anything really, but I would think, yeah, like I would think that that's the direction that it's going. Michelle says, I'll believe it when I see it. And you know, I hate to say, I mean, that's pretty much how all Friday fans are at this point. You know, like it's just like, you know, we've been beat up so much with information, and you know, we're going to give you this, we're going to take it away, we're going to give you this, then we take it away. Now we're in court, we can't do anything. Like it's tough. It's tough. Wayne says the series worries me. You know, like it's one of those things, man, where I'm just going to have to take it as it goes. You know, I'm kind of hoping it's along the lines of like Bates Motel. Did you see Bates Motel?
That's what I was just about to say. The only reason I'm not as worried about the series is because Bates Motel was so successful. Like it actually added on. Like, I'm not going to say it's as good as Psycho, because I don't think it was. However, it didn't take anything away from Psycho. I think it added a little to it.
Yeah.
So because of the success of that and the success of the Chucky TV show, or, you know, that's a little different because it's not a prequel, but that actually was pretty good. So I think they've done, let's not, you know, if they go the opposite direction, they could go the Nightmare TV show, which was awful. But yeah, I think it has some potential to be good, especially Linda Cardellini is playing Pamela Voorhees. So
yeah,
I think she's definitely got it in her. So
yeah, I think
I'm
so
excited
too.
for it.
And I think that it's going to be a little different, you know, from what we expect, right? They're going to have to add things. They're going to have to add things to it to make enough for a story, you know, to last a season or 2 seasons or 3 seasons. So I do expect them to add elements, you know, to Pamela. Like I did see in the description that she was a singer who gave up her singing career to take care of her son, you know. So I'm kind of curious to see the direction that's going, because from what we know about Pamela Voorhees at this point, I didn't know she was a singer prior to that. So it was something that they've added to the story. They
could bring in Elias.
I'm sure in some form or fashion, he's gonna have to make an appearance, you know, because his name was mentioned in the movies. Actually, Jason Voorhees, born of Pamela and Elias Voorhees. So I'm wondering. I mean, we haven't heard of any casting, for him. I haven't. At least they haven't announced anything, or if they did, I missed it. But yeah, I mean, he's always got a. He would almost have to be in there somehow, or at least mentioned. Maybe he sucks, and she's just like, "Oh, that guy was a dick."
Yeah, I
You know?
mean, you would think he's in there. Like either that, or they'll save that. It depends on how far they want to pull this thing.
Right.
Like, and that's another question that we don't know is like, what's the time frame of the show? Like, and I mean, time passage of the show, I guess. Like time frame,
Right.
we know it's going to be a prequel, but like, is it going to be just a year? In which case, you could probably go a year without talking about Elias. But if it's going to be more, birth through killing spree, you're going to need to know a little bit more about Elias.
Well, we do know that they've casted young Jason Voorhees. They've
And they
casted
announced that
adult Jason Voorhees. So, like what I don't really know. They're giving us little things. I was hoping at Comic-Con, if we got anything, we would have got a time frame that this is coming out in. But they're being very welcome to Derry about it. For the longest time, we didn't know anything about Welcome to Derry. Like they did a very good job with Welcome to Derry of not letting you know shit other than Bill Skarsgård was coming back. Originally, he wasn't. Then he was. And it's like we went months where people, hey, have you heard anything about Welcome to Derry? It's like, no, I haven't. Like, so I'm assuming that they're going to do that with this. If I had to guess, Eric, a whole series, they start filming next summer, 2026. I'm assuming that that's probably when it's going to drop. And I was kind of hoping that they'd give us some clarity on that, at least a little bit for sure. Russell said, I'm sorry, I need more than 13 minutes. It's been 16 years since Jason Voorhees was on screen. Dude, me too, but it's just like, for right now, the fact that it's been 16 years, I will take what I can get. Like, literally, I will take what I can get just for the simple fact that it's been so long. I do agree, though. I do agree. Let's see.
Did you see the names? They have 2 episodes listed on IMDb.
Okay.
For the Crystal Lake series, and they both have names.
No, I didn't. Give them to me.
See, episode 1, The Great Pretender.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 2, Are You Experienced? I was looking to see if they had, because if you go, a lot of times you can go look and it'll tell you like the date they're coming out. Obviously, this just says 2026, but it has 2 episodes listed: The Great Pretender and Are You Experienced?
Yeah.
So those are the 2 episodes listed, both listed as 2026. There is quite an extensive cast list on here, honestly.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I wanted to see if it had anything updated since Comic-Con, but it doesn't.
Yeah. I don't know. I was hoping that we'd get something on it. I heard that they did do like a little teaser where they showed like locations and stuff, but it wasn't something that was released to the public. And from what I hear, we didn't really miss anything. So James is saying, I hope there will be a movie someday. It's been so long, dude. They're saying there's gonna be. There is saying that there is going to be. Let's see. All right. Let me bring us up to the next part of the trailer that I want to talk about, Eric. Let me bring this up because this is where I got really hyped, and I know that it's something small, but
I think we talked about this.
I just felt like was this right here. I feel like I don't hate the mask in this shot, Eric. I don't.
No, it's because it's, I mean, at least from, hold on, I'm going to do something here. Yeah, you can't, for me, I know it just got a lot darker on y'all's end looking at me. For me, with it darker like that, you can't see for the lack of holes. And since you're not looking at it directly from the front, you can't see how the eyes are cockeyed and squared off.
Right.
So from this, it doesn't look bad right there. That profile is not bad.
It's not. And you see the mask, and I'm going to pop the mask up here soon, the one they showed at Comic-Con, but I like to use Halloween as a reference for this, right? If you look at a Halloween mask under the light, it doesn't look great. It doesn't look great at all. Now, when you put it in a scene where you're controlling the lighting and you're controlling the angles and stuff like that, it can look like the baddest shit ever. It looks amazing. It looks fucking fantastic.
Terrifying, too.
Night and day between the two, right? And I'm wondering, no, there's still too many things wrong with the mask. But I'm just sitting here wondering,
like giving it the benefit there.
Could you fix it with lighting? Could you fix it with angles? And
you can make it better.
You can make it better. Case in point, right here, right? To me, if you showed me this before you showed me the mask, okay, like if I didn't know what the mask looked like, and you showed me this picture right here, like there's gonna be more Jason, and here's proof of it right here, I would be fucking excited.
The only thing from the profile, and this is coming from someone as you know, I made replica Jason masks. The only thing I'm seeing right here that turns me off the mask a little bit is that cheek chevron should be pointed toward the corner of the eye. It looks like it goes all the way up onto the freaking bridge of the nose, man.
The chevrons are not located. I'm okay. In all honesty, I'm not a fan of the bottom chevrons anyway. Never have.
I love them.
them. You either love them or you hate them, right? I've never been a fan of those. But yeah, you're right. They shouldn't be up on the bridge or close to the bridge of the nose. They're going up the side of the nose. Like I feel like, you're right. They are supposed to be pointed towards.
Well, they're also pointed a little too flat. They should be pointed like this. Yeah, it looks like they're pointed more like that, and they're too close. Like almost look like. Never mind. It just from the profile here and from this particular shot, the only problem I have is that cheek chevron should not be there. I don't hate the size or the color or anything.
Right.
It just should be changed position a little bit, and I think that's a serviceable mask.
Yeah, I mean I do. Like when you start to get into the top chevron, like from the side profile, it's not horrible. But when you look at it straight on, like you've got the unibrow thing going on, with that, that it's just that's what it looks like to me. I've always been a fan of the smaller chevron in the middle, but again, it's fine, whatever, it's fine. Even James right here is saying the chevron looks like a unibrow. It does. It definitely does. But yeah, this got me pumped up, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's showing Jason. Let me word this right. It's showing the Jason Voorhees that I know for the first time in 16 years. To me, this shot right here. Now, granted, I loved him coming out of the water, but we really didn't get to see too much of him. This right here, to me, this got me freaking excited. It did. I really enjoyed this. And then this is the shot that, everybody. Let me back that up just a little bit there. This is the shot right here, that everybody's talking about, where you get to see more of the mask. You do get to see how that unibrow and the bottom chevrons that you're talking about, you do get to see it, full. They are going right into the nose. And man, I just that top chevron, man, I'm not really feeling it. But the Jason himself, man, looks brutal and he looks vicious.
Well, you're also missing a considerable amount of holes in the mask.
Yes.
Like there should be at least 3 holes going down that way. And there should be holes on the sides too.
There's only 13 holes on the mask.
On the proper mask or on this mask?
On this mask. The one that they debuted, there's 13 holes on the mask.
Interesting. Yeah, that's low.
Yeah, it's very low. I mean, I get it. Friday the 13th. 13, I get it, but
you should have 10 for the mouth alone.
Yeah,
because you should have 3 straight down on each side, and then 2 on the other sides. You should have at least 10 there.
Right.
So Yeah, this is so then if I'm remembering correctly, and it's been a minute since I've made a mask, but it should be 10 for the bottom, 3 on each side in a triangle pattern, and then 6 there plus 2 in the middle. So there's another 8. Yeah, you should have in the 20s.
Yeah. Well, like I said, uh, in talking to people, I hear that they had to change the mask due to copyright issues. Now, that is not confirmed. I haven't read that anywhere. That's just been through conversation. So I don't want to come out and say, yes, that's the real reason. But to me, it would make sense that they had to do something different because of something, something like that.
Well,
Something else. So,
there was something similar to that when they did that Return to Oz movie, like
mhm.
years ago with oh gosh, why can't I think of his name? He's in Pineapple Express with Seth Rogen.
James Franco.
James Franco, yeah. Um, he they had the Wicked Witch in that one because of a copyright issue. They had to change the shade of green that the Wicked Witch was
Really?
because of a yeah, like because someone else owned the rights to it. So Mila Kunis played the Wicked Witch in that one. She had to be a slightly different shade of green to avoid copyright issues. Isn't that some shit?
That's definitely interesting. That is
So
definitely
like
interesting.
there's definitely precedent for that, for them having to change the appearance slightly to avoid copyright issue. But with a character like this where it's so recognizably Jason, even though it's a bad Jason, it's
Right.
still recognizable. I would think that even just removing the holes would be, you would still get caught by it. But who knows, man? Who knows at this point?
Yeah. I mean, we're going to take a look at the mask here in a second. And then I definitely want to talk about, the potential movie. But yeah, so all in all, Eric, how did you feel about this trailer and what do you think about them starting with like a short film and Angry Orchard doing all this? Because it's weird to me, but at the same time, it's like I'm excited for the simple fact that I'm getting Friday the 13th again in some form or fashion. Because like we said, it's been since 2009 that we haven't gotten anything.
I'm overall excited. Overall feeling is excitement for sure. Like you said, 16 years since 2009's the remake, which I loved. I don't know why they just didn't stick with that mask because, in my opinion, that's like a top 3 mask, anyways.
Yeah.
But when I saw this, by the way, and we talked about this before, but when I saw this, I didn't know it was a short film. I thought it was a fan film. I didn't know about this until someone else had made a comment about it, our
Mhm.
friend Peter Anthony. So I was like, "Oh, what is Sweet Revenge?" So I was like, "Oh, Sweet Revenge. It's not titled Friday the 13th, so obviously it's a fan film of some sort."
Yeah.
Seeing this with the expectation that it's a fan film, I was like, "They did a good job."
Yeah.
To then learn that no, this is a production company behind it, but it's a short film, I was like, "Okay, well, they could have done better."
Yeah.
So, but at the end of the day, I can't judge it too harshly until I see it, and it looks like it has the potential to be a really great fan film.
Yeah. A short, a vignette. Isn't that what?
Yeah.
I will never say that word again after this. Like
Well, vignette. I know vignette as like when you edit photos or videos, you can add a vignette around the sides where the edges slowly darken
yeah.
in a gradient. That's what I know a vignette is. I don't
Yeah.
know what the hell they mean by vignette in terms of a video.
Yeah. But the good thing about this, right? And one of the good things about this is we're getting it so soon. We're getting it in 3 weeks, roughly. Roughly, this is coming out in 3 weeks. So August 13th. Yeah, a little less.
Yeah, I was about to say we're because it'll be 2 weeks from Wednesday.
Yeah, so 2.5 weeks. We're pretty much getting this, right? And pretty much exactly 2.5 weeks, minus if you're adding a few hours. But it's so soon that and again, I hope you'll come back that night. We will watch this on the channel. I will take the hit. I will take the copyright hit. It's fine. We'll do it old school like we used to do the fan films on here, and we'll throw it up there, man, and we'll just ride with it. Hopefully they won't shut me down, but we're gonna do it. Who cares, right?
Dude,
Who cares?
I'm so there. I'm excited for it. Like this, at the end of the day, I'm excited. What about
Yeah.
yourself?
Yeah, dude. Like like I said, I'm towing that line. I'm usually not one to say that I'm on this or I'm towing the line between this side and this side. I usually have my mind is firmly on one side or the other. With this, man, it's just like I want it to be good. I'm not gonna let that cloud what we get, but I'm not gonna bash it ahead of time either. So it's to me, it's just like it's a wait and see, brother. Like I hate to be that way, because I know that people come here and they want to know what Michael has to think, but at the end of the day, it's a wait and see for me, and it's not a wait and see for too long. Now, something I do not want, okay, is I do not want this to be connected to Crystal Lake in any way whatsoever. I do want this to be a standalone thing. I don't want those two connecting. Does that make sense? Like I don't want them running together. Like I want this to be something that Angry Orchard hired them to do. They did it, and it is what it is. It's its own thing, and it's not connected to the other stuff. Like that's seeing what we've seen now. That's the way that I would like it to be for sure.
I mentioned that backstage. I'm hoping this is standalone.
Yeah.
Because if it is attached, then there's a good chance that mask is the one that they use in Crystal Lake for adult Jason, which I don't want that to happen. I gotta say, so this is being written and directed by Mike P. Nelson, and I'm not upset about that. Like,
right.
There's worse options.
Yeah. I mean, he's doing the new Silent Night, Deadly Night movie, isn't he?
I believe so.
And he did Wrong Turn, right? Like he was involved with Wrong Turn.
And the most recent VHS 85.
Okay. I haven't seen that. I have not seen VHS 85.
It's weird, but it's great.
Okay.
Yeah, like he's man, keeping in mind that this is a short that's written and directed by a person and sponsored by a freaking an alcohol beverage company.
Yeah.
I taking it with that in mind, I think it looks great, and I'm excited.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. So they did announce the son of the CEO, I think he's the vice president or whatever of Horror Inc., whatever his title was. He came out on Comic-Con and said his words were, not verbatim, but he said that our top priority is a new movie and a game, and they are both in the works. I'm not ready to announce anything yet, but they are both in the works. So a lot of it. So we do know that there is a movie coming. We know nothing around it. We know
that they say there's a movie.
Again, when we've been here in the past, they were saying there was a sequel to the 2009 movie. There's actually leaked parts of the script that are out there online from that movie that never got made. Then there was going to be a found footage Friday the 13th movie. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. Then we went to court.
I was about to say there was the fan film found footage one.
Yeah. Then we went to court. So it's just like I said, as a fan, you're very skeptical because you're just like, I have been here before. But if they do a movie, now when he said that, he said sequel movie and sequel game. That's what got me. He used the word sequel. Now, did he just misspeak? Or what the fuck is this going to be a sequel to?
Is it going to be a sequel to Sweet Revenge?
He said, if you look at a sequel movie and this is standalone, is it going to be a sequel to 2009 Friday the 13th?
Or a sequel to Crystal Lake?
Or I hate when they use words like that and then don't explain. Like literally, if he was talking in front of me, the first thing I would have said was, "Whoa, you said sequel. What are we talking about a sequel to?" You know, like, did he say that, drop the mic and walk out? Was nobody like screaming like a sequel to what? Like, if I'm in that panel, you know, I am definitely asking that question.
Yeah, because and here's the thing, because that one question has the potential to open up a whole bag of worms. Because if it is a sequel to 2009, does that mean 2009 is canon in the Jason universe or in the Friday universe? If that's the case, is Crystal Lake a prequel to 2009's Jason?
Right.
If that's the case, are we going to have that awesome mask? I am in love with the 2009 mask. I don't think I've ever made it a secret that I love that mask. But
right. I mean, it's good. The only thing I don't like about it is I miss the axe mark. You know, like, to me, Jason has the axe mark up there. Like, I don't get me wrong. You know, I think it's good mask. I think they definitely way better than, you know, what we've got right now for sure. But it's just like, you know, I threw out Wrong Turn and Jerry threw this out. Did somebody say Wrong Turn? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Jerry's like, hold on a minute. That is my jam. James is saying, they say there's going to be a movie. I say, put up or shut up. Stop playing this game with Friday fans. Thank you.
It's not that hard to do.
Thank you. Like, it's breaking our hearts. You know, it just made me think of fucking
tear me apart, Lisa.
Yeah. It made me think of Padme and, you know, Revenge of the Sith. You're breaking my heart. You know what I mean? Like, it sucks. It sucks, but I mean, yeah. So this is the part I want, you know, one of the things I wanted to get to as well, Eric. And I wanted to show everyone, you know, the mask that they showed at Comic-Con. So I think her name is Sherry Khan. She works for Horror Inc. She went up there and she held up the mask to show everyone, but she really didn't give any details behind it. And this is what she put up. Now, granted, the lighting, let's count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm only seeing 12.
There's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, the nose.
Oh, yep, the nose. 13. So yeah, 13 in the mask.
So all the holes they have are correct. What they should have is on. You see how there should be one more on each side of the left and the right of the mouth. There should be one more there. There should be 3 in a triangle pattern at the temples on each side. There should be one more above each of the lines at the top, and then 2 in the middle of the bottom. So it's missing 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's missing 12. It's missing 12 holes from the standard. Because that's a standard. If you look across all Jason masks, they do kind of move in different places and stuff. And I think the only exception might be the pre-Uber mask from Jason X, because it's completely different shape.
Right.
But they're all like 3 on the temples. Should be one more on each side here, one more at the top of each of those, and 2 in the center. So it's missing 12 holes to be as good. And it looks big and bulky, man.
Look at the eyes too. We haven't even mentioned the eyes. They're rectangles.
And if you
in the
can
shape
see,
of a V.
They are. And the chevrons, if you look, the chevrons do straight up go onto the nose.
Yeah.
Like, they're straight up on the nose, and they're way too horizontal. Like, they should be more like angular.
Yeah.
Like this. It's yeah.
I'm sorry to stop you for just a second, but the chat is killing me. I've got to throw this up here. The reactions. Russell just threw up the WTF. Val said, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm over here laughing. Michelle's clowning the forehead. Like, yes, the forehead. It like comes out, and it's not just the unibrow chevron, but it comes out. Like, it's like the eyes are sunken in above a forehead that's got like a porch roof over the top of it. You know what I mean? Like, if it rains, water is not going to run down in his eyes. Like, I feel like that forehead's going to keep his eyes dry. It's functionality over fashion is what they're doing with that, for sure.
Look how big is she? Like a tiny person? Because look how big that thing looks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, it's fucking Jesus.
Also, what's up with her fingers in this? I'm sorry. Look at that. It like her middle finger or her ring finger looks completely disfigured in that photo.
Now you've really got me looking at her hand. How is that nail on the
That's what I'm
bottom of her
saying. Like
chin if it's
it looks
bent?
like her ring finger is completely like broken. Am I crazy there?
No, this should be on Paranormal Friday. This should not be on this show. What is going
Look at
on
it.
with her hand right there?
Right?
Like, how does that make sense? Like, my eyes are not seeing it right.
I just noticed it. I was
I'm
like,
counting
what the-
fingers and I see 5 fingers when
But
there
her
should only
thumb
be
has to-
4. What? Oh my god!
What in the world?
I'm gonna save that picture for Paranormal Friday. Like
That's
somebody,
it's almost as bad as the mask, honestly.
somebody, yes, and the unibrow. The unibrow is there. James said, "WTF is that? It's horrible. Those damn square eyes. Those damn square eye slot looks hideous. Yeah, it's rough. I still can't get past that hand now. The hand's making the mask look good. Michelle said, "Well, damn, the nose too." Yeah, there's a lot going on here. That's just not hitting the marks of what you want to see for Friday the 13th. Now, my excuse was gonna be the lighting, but damn it, man. Like, you can't even really do that with some of this. Like, this is pretty bad. This is pretty bad. Russell said, AI, Jason, please don't. Yeah, I know. Don't think that didn't cross through my head for sure. Mr. Rick said, so I'm late. I just got home from family. What did I miss? What the hell is that on the screen?
Yeah, that's the new Jason mask for Sweet
Mr.
Revenge.
Rick. That's kind of what we're looking at right there. Michelle says Temu Jason mask. Yeah, it's
This is the no, we're not stopping for Jason. We have Jason at home.
Yeah, like no. Michelle said she modified her hand. Weird. Yeah, it's the hand. I'm telling you, the hand. The big takeaway of this picture so far has been that hand. Like the mask. Yes, disappointing. We've been disappointed at this point, but I'm counting 5 fingers and on one hand, and I don't get it.
I only started looking at her hand because I was trying to get a size reference because I was like, it just looks big and bulky.
Yeah.
You know? Like, and I was like, look at her hand and like the sides of her hand. And like, you know, if you were to do that, like it covers my hand roughly covers my face. I was just looking at that. I was like, her hand would barely cover it. And then I was like, what the hell is up with those fingers?
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Penroll TV's in the chat. What's up, Gus? I hope you're doing well, my friend. He said it's a mask for a Neanderthal. Yeah, dude. It's not what I wanted for sure. Wayne says copyright issues. Sounds like it. Maybe. Michelle is saying she gypsy rosed her hand.
Jesus.
Russell says that's a crazy Temu mask. Yeah. Like it's Wayne is saying square eyes for the killer guy. Oh my God. Russell said, did the mask curse her hand or what? Oh God, we got an Annabelle situation going on here with the mask.
I'm just saying, you give me like 10 minutes and a Dremel, I could have it, and like some acrylic paint, I could have that service. I could have it serviceable. I'm just saying, like a Dremel to round out those eyes. And
I guarantee you're taking those bottom chevrons off.
I'm moving the bottom. That's what I need to paint for. The chevrons, while like I don't mind the size and color and shape of the chevrons, they're just in the wrong place.
Right.
And you got to put those extra 12 holes back in it. Like that's okay, cool. 13 is a great number in relation to the franchise, but it doesn't have to be a 13-minute short on the 13th with only 13 holes in the mask. It doesn't have to be all that. Like you're getting a little too in the weeds here. Like don't let it ruin the mask.
Yeah. I do want to say this though. So Robert Barrisman, I'm sure I butchered his name. Totally butchered his name. Says after 45 years, they want another 45 years of Jason. They're listening to fans and take their opinions into account. He says, be patient with what they're doing.
You used up a lot of my fucking patience on that mask.
You know,
Like,
well,
I got a lot.
I mean,
that you used up.
it all starts with the drawing from Greg Nicotero, right? That's where this began, and the disappointment around that. I feel like I would have been, because Eric, I have not been on any social media, Instagram, Facebook, X, where anyone has said that looks great.
Nope.
I have not seen anyone saying that, yes, this is what we want. So his statement of we're listening to fans and to be patient, I'm wondering why they're moving forward with that if they are indeed listening to what fans are saying. Because like I said, I haven't seen anyone, come out and say, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Like, this is not working.
This is just a theory of mine that I came up with in the last 10 seconds.
Yeah.
However, it's what I'm going to throw out there. That maybe the reason that we're doing this 13-minute Sweet Revenge with Jason the way it is, they can move forward with the movie if they're still in pre-production phase.
Mm-hmm.
And, they can move forward with location scouting. They can move forward with script writing and casting and everything. And not get to a point where they have to have the actual mask done. So maybe the Sweet Revenge is actually like a trial run with a character design for Jason. Because we're going to see him.
Yeah.
And maybe they're listening. Okay, people don't like this about the mask. They don't like this. And then they use that in the pre-production for the film.
Right.
To craft a mask and to craft a better mask. Which there's, I don't like most of the Jason masks that are out there. I like most of the ones from the movies. Like I would say 3/4 of them I think are great.
Yeah.
And each one has something a little bit unique about it,
Right.
I would go as far as to say it's hard to screw up a Jason mask, but they managed it.
Yeah.
So just gonna say, like, just look at how do you try to come back into a franchise and not take all that has existed in that franchise before into account and use that? Because you can go and look at what the most successful movies are, what the highest rated movies in the franchise are. Take cues from that mask. Jerry, you can. And I know because I did. Like, I printed a better mask.
I mean, it's just like, hopefully Jason doesn't have Betty Davis eyes. Oh my God. Jason with square eye holes. What a joke. It looks like a cartoon mask. Another person, something else that reminds me a little bit. Do you remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie? In the 90s?
Yes. Yeah.
Very reminiscent of Casey Jones as well. Kind of like a mix of
the eyes are very Casey Jones.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that till you say that.
It reminds me of that a little bit.
Because Casey Jones' mask was always like came to a point at the bottom.
Yeah.
And it was very angular.
Yeah. I mean, but unfortunately, for us, this wasn't the only mask that they revealed this week.
Okay, so this is the one I haven't seen.
Yeah. So, let me give some background before people lose their shit in the comment section. Okay. Spirit of Halloween always does a Jason mask. They always do Jason masks. And the Jason masks that they do, they're not good. Like they're not
cheap and flimsy.
Yeah, they're very cheap masks to be sold for Halloween. And the Jason universe released photos of their Spirit of Halloween mask. And I am going to show that here. This is what they got. This is what they did this year. This is Spirit Halloween showing that this mask is going to be available to purchase this Halloween. And this is what we have for that. So it's really quiet on your side, Eric. Very quiet.
You know, the one thing I can say about the Spirit Halloween masks that already exist for Jason is they're a good mold to use to repaint. You know, they have the holes in the right places. They're flimsy, but they're cheap, and you can really, you know, take some light grit sandpaper, spray paint them, and have a serviceable Jason mask. That piece of shit isn't even a good mold. It doesn't have a nose. Like, it's like a fucking Who from Whoville. Like, it goes like it goes straight from the chin up to the nose. Like, there's no dip. It's missing. I can already see at least 10 missing holes. I can't tell if the holes in the bottom over here are missing, but it looks like they are as well.
13.
There's 13. Then yeah, it's still missing the 12 holes. I don't know if the texture is just painted on or actually made into it. I'm gonna guess painted on. That you couldn't give that to me for free.
Well, here's the thing, man. This is what I juggled with this, right? It looks very long, like tall, right? Like the bottom is stretched. The eyes are more square than the mask we saw before. I'm wondering if it's how the picture was taken and maybe it's not that stretched. Or fuck, maybe it is. You know, and this is an exact representation. You know, it just looks like where we had the square, the rectangular, more rectangular eyes, and this one right here, how you see how it's like shorter and more like compact, the mask itself, to where this is very elongated.
Well, so this, okay, I will say it's probably something to do with the way the photo is taken, because if you go back to the other one,
yeah,
you see how it looks like there's almost no curve around this way.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of like flat in that direction. If you go to the Spirit Halloween one, if you look, it looks like it curves all the way around. So I'm guessing if you flatten that out a bit, it's going to be the exact same shape as the other one. But you can tell this one's cheaper because on the other one, it looked like there was leather straps riveted on or more permanently fixed. That's elastic straps that have snap buttons on. I can tell that from here. Honestly, I will say something positive about this is that one looks, it's going to be weird when I say this, but it looks thinner, which is okay with me because it doesn't look like the forehead sticks over as much. While the eyes are squared out a little bit, they're at least not at a V level, because the other ones, they're not just square, they're like angled. Those look more like in line with each other. So you could probably take a Dremel in there or put.
See, you're not taking the mask for what it is. You're taking it as I can fix it. You know what I mean? Like, you're looking at it from the standpoint of I am going to totally fix what they have done. And it's just like, man, there's going to be some poor kid who's going to put this on Halloween. He's going to be like 10. He's not going to know the difference because he hasn't seen Jason. Jason's been gone for 16 years. His dad's going to show him some stuff. It's just like, Jesus Christ.
All I'm thinking of is from The Godfather when Marlon Brando is just standing there. He's like, look how they massacred my boy.
It's like, what are we? I mean, Spirit of Halloween has never come out with a mask where it was just like, yeah, I got to have that one. You know what I mean?
So the ones that they do have they're not Spirit Halloween masks. They're like because the Michael mask. That's where I go to get all my Michael masks because Spirit Halloween sells Trick or Treat Studios.
They do. Yeah.
So that looks like something that's like a Spirit Halloween branded like mask.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to some higher end. Like I think Trick or Treat Studios makes great stuff. Even if the paint jobs are like mass manufactured, the mold and the sculpt is always good. Yeah. That looks like it has a shitty paint job over a shitty mold. And it you know what? I'm going to say this. I'll be completely upfront about it. I'm going to buy that in October if it's available.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna fix it. And I'm gonna make a video of me fixing it, and then I'm gonna reach out to this Horror Inc. or whoever it is and be like, hey, here's your piece of shit back. I made it better.
Yeah. Now my question too, and maybe I missed it somewhere, maybe I did, but what if that bitch is like $70 or $80?
Oh, they're gonna get laughed at.
Yeah, like
That's
what's
gonna
the
happen.
price point gonna be on this?
You're not selling me shit for $70 that has elastic straps and snap buttons.
If
you're charging me $70,
yeah,
you're giving me leather with rivets.
Right. If it's $20, will I buy one? Maybe, just to put in a box somewhere that says,
don't do that, man. I'll make you one.
Own it. You know what I mean? I just own. Do you remember when they did this? You know what I mean? Like 10 years from now, you remember when they did this? That's what I would own it for. But oh God, like no way.
It might be beneficial for future to own it, because like it could be a colossal failure, like I expect that mask to be, and then they try to erase them. So then you got one of the very few that are surviving. Because if you look, there's a lot of collectible things now that are just awful, but they're collectible because they're awful and they were mistakes.
Case in point.
That's what I'm saying.
Like if
it might be beneficial to buy them.
Yeah, I'll keep one.
I'll buy two. I'll buy one to fix and one to keep pristine.
Yeah, Jesus, unbelievable, freaking unbelievable. Let's see. Paula is saying Camp Crystal Lake has a stacked cast. That's good to hear. That's definitely good to hear. I mean, that's where it starts, right? I mean, yeah. But you can have a stacked cast and have a shit story, and it's just like they can only do so much. But it's good to hear that they have a stacked cast for sure, 100%. Michelle is saying, Michael, have you ever looked at the evolution of the hockey mask? It's cool. You should show that. Yeah, actually, James and I were talking about that maybe 3 weeks ago. I was talking to the Shape about the evolution of hockey masks, and he was telling me about the video with that. Wayne is saying cheap steak masks. Yeah. Cheap holes, cracks made by someone on crack. Jesus. James says Walmart sells better masks. Wow. Wow.
People are going hard on this mask.
Yeah,
I hope they are listening to fans, because they're getting an earful.
I asked everyone and said, I genuinely just don't like either version of the mask. And that's the camp, like that's the camp that I think that most of us are on. Most of us, like it's change, and I don't like change. Especially,
I'm okay with change if it's in the right direction. That's going backwards. No.
Let's see. Wayne is saying Eric the Builder. Can Eric fix the mask? Yes, he can.
I make some hella good masks, actually. Like my 3D printed mask replicas are freaking sweet. So
yeah,
I can make them.
They're good. Michelle is saying they didn't have time to finish this mask. They said, screw it, and just threw it out there. Like, Bob, have you finished the mask? No, we're going to have to go with what you got. You know what I mean? Throw some paint on there, and we're going to send it out. Michelle says, unless some TikTok weirdo makes it popular. Yeah, well, I guess there's always that. I guess that there is always that.
And here's what you got to think about. We're the cranky old guys right now talking about this.
Yep.
And we're comparing it. We're basing our opinions on this to our opinions on the OG masks. You got to think that TikTok generation, 18 to 25 right now, it's possible, but that they've never actually studied or really looked at the original masks.
Yeah.
And we talked about this backstage a little bit. It's entirely possible that there's 20-year-olds right now who've never seen Jason on the big screen.
100%.
So this might be their first big exposure to Friday the 13th, and they might not know what's wrong with that. So it's entirely possible that someone on TikTok sees this and oh, this is creepy, this is good, and they do popularize it.
I mean, you can even up that number of 20 years old. Because it's, dude, how many 4 and 5 year olds were going to the theater to see Friday the 13th? Not a lot.
Yeah, so if you say 20, like I said, if you say 25, they would be 25-year-olds were only 10 when the 2009, or 26-year-olds were only 10 when the 2009 remake came out. So likely they didn't go to see that. So 26-year-olds never seen Jason on the big screen. So it's
Right.
like there's a
It's safe to
hope
say
they-
there's an entire generation of people that have not been to the theater to watch Friday the 13th.
and this might be their first bigger exposure to a Jason mask. So they might not know why, like they might like it, and I can't hate on someone for liking it. I would just hope that they could hear our opinions on why we don't like it.
Yeah.
Because it's doing a lot of things that are not what a Jason mask should have.
Yeah, man. And I mean, it's tough though, dude, to be in their position too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like it's rough, man, because we're basically programmed at this point. It's like if Michael Myers like when he came out with the Halloween mask in part 4. You know what I mean? Like Michael changed, like his mask changed every Halloween movie. It was something different. To whereas Jason was, yeah, it changed a little bit, but it was relatively the same. The same thing. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. Let's see. I saw the adult Jason will be in only one episode of Crystal Lake, which probably means the very end. Yeah. Yep. Pretty much. Like
The very end or the very beginning.
very beginning. Yeah. I mean, like I said, you remember, I don't know if it was on the Monday show or a Sunday show, probably about a year and a half ago, I was asked how I would do this. And I said, put Jason at the beginning and have him have a flashback and it go into the story. I said, make the Jason fans happy and have Jason kill somebody at the beginning. And then he like look over and fucking it, you know, the story goes like, let's say the camera comes up to his eye and, you know, it's in his head and it goes back and tells the story, you know, like that's, so maybe they do something like that. Like I would love that for them to, you know, the whole show starts off with Jason walking through the woods, chasing somebody, he kills them, and then all of a sudden, you know, he turns or something, and then it goes into the story, you know, as like a flashback of, you know, storytelling. That way you make your Jason fans happy. You know, they got to see my man on screen for the first time in forever, and then you go into the story knowing that Jason is present. He's just not in that portion of the story. So yeah,
Don't
man.
make
I
us
mean,
wait all the way till the very end to see Jason kill someone.
but more, I mean, you might not even see that. He might just turn around and have a hockey mask on and fucking credits come up. You know what I mean? Like we have no idea. But yeah, it's probably going to be, you know, the end. But I see people are welcoming IS71 to the chat. Yeah, welcome to the channel. Let's see. Michelle said, I'll hate on him. Don't worry. You got this, Michelle. You got him. Let him have it. Let them have it. Let's see. Russell says, well, more power to him, but I'll pass.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like I definitely like some stuff, and the only reason I'm saying this is because I like some stuff that a lot of people hate on, and that's okay. Like I don't want to hate on anyone for them liking something. I'll judge you a little bit. I'm not gonna hate on you though.
And most times people make me look at them like, really? Like seriously? Okay, that's fine. You know, but you know, doing this show, especially doing this show and having this channel, you know, I've been able to have conversations and meet people that love things from all different, you know, walks of life and all of these franchises. Like, you know, you meet the people that love Jason Goes to Hell. You meet the people that love Halloween Resurrection.
I don't think the Jason Goes to Hell lovers exist. I think you're making that up.
No, it's not. It is. I'm not.
We got the Duke.
Not,
I'll give them if they like it for the Duke, then I'm good with that. But
they like the movie. They think it was fantastic. And then you've got your Freddy's Dead fans. You know what I mean? Like that's
you meet some weird people.
Hey, you like what you like, right? You like what you like. And everybody's welcome here, you know, to like what they like. And I love the fact, and yet, you know, if you were in the chat right now or you were watching on replay and you couldn't make it to the live stream, let me know in the comments for you watching on and then you people in the chat right now, is there anyone that is just not wanting to be the odd person out in the chat that like this mask? because you see a lot of the chat and a lot of people bashing it. You're like, oh shit, like I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to be the odd person out. There might be somebody that's watching right now. It's like, that's the baddest motherfucking mask I've ever seen. I want one. I want one. There are probably people out there like that. Now, granted, I haven't talked to them or seen them, and I would love to have a conversation with that person to be like, tell me what you see that I'm overlooking.
Conversation with that person.
Just look at you. That's absolutely terrible. That is absolutely terrible. No, literally,
No.
I would love to know, like, having conversations with people about things that they like that I don't. It's just like I like to see their frame of mind when they say those things. Like, you talk to people, they're like, I liked Halloween 5. I'm like, how the fuck do you like that movie? Like, I can't understand it. And they go into their spiels, and there's certain things about that movie that are special to them, and they're like, well, I like the dynamic of this, and all I can see, and I'm just like this is a fucking travesty. Like, I can't see it through your eyes.
I liked the Nightmare remake.
Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah,
like, I can't see that whatsoever.
I get it for those people, but it's like, I know what you're saying. There's probably someone watching this eventually. There's at least one person watching who is gonna lie and say that they like it just to stir the pot.
Yeah.
And then there's at least some person watching who does like it, but is going to be afraid to say that they like it for fear of, like,
backlash,
being ostracized.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and it's okay if you like it. It's just not for us.
100%. Wayne said, nope. I say what I truly think. Example, I hate the movie Hereditary, even though most horror fans love it. Hereditary is it's an acquired taste. I will say that. I enjoyed the movie for what it was, but it's not like, it's like The Shining for me, right? It's not one that I'm going to be like, oh, I feel like watching Hereditary tonight, or, oh, I feel like watching The Shining. It's like, no, I'm more of a slasher fan, but I do recognize, good movies when they're out there for sure.
And, sorry to go back to that comment, but when you say I hate the movie Hereditary, and then even though most horror fans love it, I think there's a distinction. And Michael, you pointed this out to me, and I've never thought of it that way, but because you pointed out the other direction, you don't like the movie, or you think it's a bad movie, but you love it. Fair. So I think it's okay to not like a movie and recognize it's a good movie. There are movies that I've seen that I recognize they're good movies, but I found them boring as hell. Yeah. So I didn't like them. So, and that's the thing. Like, I've liked movies that are bad, and I've disliked good movies. So I think Hereditary is a good movie, but it's not my favorite. It's like not one of my favorites.
It's like what I always say about that, Eric, and what you're referring to is, just because you like a movie, it doesn't make it a good movie, right? So there are movies, and I always give the example, Jason Goes to Hell. I like that movie, but I'm not going to tell somebody that it's a good movie. I'm not. I'm going to be like, hey, this is fantastic. This is, I don't know how it got kept out of the Academy this year. I think it's bullshit. It should have been nominated.
Oscar snub, obviously.
Like things like that. Like, just because, you like a movie, it doesn't make it a good movie. It doesn't. But you could say, hey, I like that. It's a good movie. It's like, yeah, you like it, but, is it really a good movie? And I mean, you could say that about a lot of movies that I enjoy, for sure. Michelle was saying their frame of mind, insanity. They're insane. Mr. Rick said, I was mostly kidding, but I really don't care for it. But I'm going to give it a chance and watch the short film. Dude, we're watching the short film on this channel. That is going down August 13th. For sure. It'll probably be a 9:00 show. I'm going to have to make arrangements at work to get off early that night. But we're watching it for sure. It's going down.
Yeah, I'm taking that night off.
Hell yeah.
I might be taking that night off. I'll need to
look, even if it's horrible, I'm getting brand new Jason for 13 minutes, and I'm going to take it. I'll tell you what I think afterwards. I'm not going to go in and be like, well, Jason's my favorite, so I love it. I don't want to trash my boy, so I liked it. No, I don't work that way. Like, the way I look at it, the fact that I love Jason, and if it's a bad movie, I will say it's bad because I feel like he deserves better. Like, that's how I look at that. Like, I don't ever look at it like I have to say that I like this because I like the character. It's like, no, man, You know me, I love Halloween. There's a lot of bad Halloween movies to me in my mind. Like I feel like the character, and that's why some of those frustrate me, because it's like the character deserved better. Same with Friday and same with Nightmare. You know what I mean? Like it's just like, man, this is a great character. What have you done to him? What have you look at Freddy's Dead? What did you do to the guy from 1984 that came out and said, "This is God"? You know, now he's playing on the Power Glove and come on, man. How did we get here?
Super Freddy.
Yeah, it's like you that part 5. Yeah, Super Freddy. That guy's actually going to be at Scarefest, by the way. Super Freddy. So that's kind of crazy.
Don't know that I need to meet that guy.
You know, I'm not saying it's on my my top list of people to see, but yeah. I had 71 to say Nightmare on Elm Street 2010 is a top 3 of the franchise. All right. You definitely found.
I don't know if I go. Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know if I'd go that far, but I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it.
Russell said The Shining is the better movie, Michael. Yeah, I guess if you're putting it up against Hereditary, and mentioning The Shining, I was just saying movies like that. You know, like I recognize The Shining as being a damn good movie. I recognize The Exorcist as being a damn good movie. I recognize Hereditary as being a damn good movie. But damn it, man, I am not like, well, I'm going to lay down and watch The Exorcist tonight before I go to sleep. You know, like those are just movies that it's just like, you know, they're not my go-tos. I guess that's the best. I recognize their greatness, but they're not on my list of movies that I'm just pulling out of the, you know, the collection over here. And it's like, I'm going to watch The Exorcist tonight. Now, Psycho, I can watch Psycho all day. I fucking love Psycho. Mr. Rick says, I know you guys are talking about, I really enjoyed the new. I know Where You're Dead movie, and I love the TV show. Really enjoyed it. Great twist. I know you guys are talking about. I know what you guys are talking about. I really enjoy. Rewrite that, Mr. Rick. I'm kind of lost. I think there was a few words left out. Are you talking about I know what you guys?
That's what I was just thinking.
Last summer.
I know what you did last summer, sequel? or Evil Dead.
Okay, yeah. Let me know, Mr. Rick. Let me know, buddy. Russell says, but I agree with you, Michael. You like what you like. Yeah, and that's for everybody. Everybody. I hope that I like this. I hope that we all like this, but I know regardless, it's probably going to be divided. And the last thing I want is for all of us to hate it. You know, like to me, that's a bad stream. I'm going to be a sad Michael sitting here.
If anything can unite horror fans, it's a bad Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah. I mean, a bad Halloween movie. Well, Halloween, it becomes divisive because I think, and this might happen with Jason too. You know, it's just been so long since we've had Jason and Freddy. It really doesn't pertain. So the only way I can do this is with Halloween and Scream, right? Is you're going to get your people that are going to love it no matter what because it's Halloween or Scream. You're going to get your people that hate it no matter what because it's Halloween or Scream. And somewhere in the middle, you're going to get an accurate representation of what that movie is. It's almost like when you have people vote on something. You know what I mean? You got to throw away like the top 15%, the bottom 15%, and you kind of go through the middle. When you're trying to read, like, let's say voting was a bad word, not a correct, it's not exactly what I was trying to say. Comment section or like comment, like so you're reading comment cards at work or something like that. You want to throw out, you know, the top tier and the bottom tier and kind of read in the middle, and you'll get an accurate representation of, you know, where you're at with that. But it's tough. Wayne is saying, I hate Hereditary because there are zero interesting or appealing characters, plus a laughable ending. Well directed and acted, yes. Poorly written, especially the characters. Yeah, dude, like that's, you know, like you like what you like, man. You do. Wayne said, I don't like Sinners. I was bored and slow paced until the party.
I looked at my watch a few times during that movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed Sinners for what it was. I did. But the only thing that got me with Sinners was people telling me that it was an original story when it wasn't, when it was a story that we've seen a lot of times in vampire movies. But overall, I enjoyed the movie. I did.
I enjoyed it, but it definitely, like, I definitely looked at my watch a couple times like, man, this is still going.
Could have probably cut like 20 minutes out of it.
I think they could have cut easy 10 to 15 minutes and maintained everything. Like,
I gotcha.
Yeah. Enjoyed it, but definitely a little long.
James said, "I will give it a chance. It's like watching a rocket go up. It might make it, or blow as a failure." Hey, man, that's pretty much all of them at this point.
Especially
Wayne said, "I know what you did last summer. New movie was filmed here in Sydney, Australia. Coolness."
Oh, so he was talking about. I think Mr. Rick was talking about. I know what you did last summer.
Okay. Let's see. I'm sorry, I meant to say I enjoy the new I Know What You Did Last Summer movie and the TV show. That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
I
have
never
not
watched the
seen
TV
it.
show.
I haven't seen the TV show either. For sure. Wayne said, "From Dusk Till Dawn is better paced than Sinners." Dude, Dusk Till Dawn and Sinners have a lot in common. Story wise. They have a lot in common. That's one of the movies I was referencing when talking about Sinners and the original story. Like I you got two brothers, you know what I mean? They're running from something. One of them gets turned into a vampire. There's a memorable dance scene, whether you're talking about the dance scene in Sinners, which was awesome, or you're talking about Selma Hayek with the snake. You know what I mean? They're very similar. One of them gets turned. You're waiting for daylight to save the day. Seen the story before. Just saying. It wasn't original. I like Sinners, but when everybody's saying an original story, an original, it's like, yeah, well, no, we've seen that story before. It's good. It was done well, but not an original. Russell said, as long as they don't give us something like Nightmare on Elm Street 2010, I'll be okay. So in the chat, we've seen both sides of that, right? We had one person saying Nightmare on Elm Street 2010, it's top 3 in the franchise. And then we've got, Russell saying, oh, no, I didn't like that movie. But you're all welcome here. All you guys are welcome here, for sure. Wayne said, I've never seen the show either. No, I haven't seen I Know What You Did Last Summer, the show. I think I saw the first 2 movies. I don't think I saw the third one. There's 3 of them, right? Is there 3?
Yes. No,
before the new one.
For conversational purposes, no, there's not a third one.
Oh, so we're just gonna X that one out. It never happened.
How the hell are you gonna have a fisherman in a landlocked town in Colorado? And you know what? You can I spoil it?
What, the third one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I mean, how old is it? How old is it? Like,
it's a straight to DVD piece of shit.
Okay, yeah, I don't care. If you haven't seen the third I Know What You Did Last Summer and you want to see it, cover your ears for a minute.
I'm gonna give you a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's the ghost of the killer from the first one, haunting people and killing them in a landlocked town in Colorado, over a 24-hour drive away. What the fuck?
I'm not gonna watch that movie.
Don't.
I'm not gonna watch it. I'm sorry.
It's literally like, oh my god, it's ridiculous, man. It's so stupid. Oh
yeah, like I don't know. Mr. Rick is saying, Michael, I think the same way people say Sinners is the best vampire movie. In no way is that movie better than Lost Boys, dude.
Oh,
look,
Lost Boys is up there.
The Lost Boys changed vampires forever. That movie changed, dude. That was the first vampire movie that I saw to where I was like, vampires can be cool as fuck because these dudes are cool as fuck. It took me to get older to see all the underlying shit with that movie to where it made it even better for me. And the soundtrack, Cry Little Sister might be one of the best horror songs of all time. If actually go into detail on that on Patreon, if you guys are Patreon members, check that video out. If you're if you are a paying Patreon member, it shows how they came up with that song and freaking everything. So I went through that just last night. I posted that video, and it was a great watch. It was fantastic, and it talks about all the underlying tones in that song and why it did so well. And it's from the creator himself, so it was fantastic. But yeah, dude, in my mind, Mr. Rick, you're 100% right.
Yeah.
But you got to think somebody that's 20 years old now watching The Lost Boys or Sinners, more than likely they're going to like Sinners more because it's more current. And what was cool in the 80s might not be so cool now, to them. It's tough. It's tough to judge it, that way, for sure.
I don't think Sinners is better than From Dusk Till Dawn.
Dusk Till Dawn's shit. Like the only thing that annoys me in Dusk Till Dawn is his brother. Like it's just like, dude, I would have choked him out like a long time. He made problems for George Clooney that whole movie, like literally. Like George Clooney would have been fine, but he loved his brother, so he did what he had to do. But yeah, great movie, man. I love Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh yeah.
Wayne said, I haven't seen I Always Know the Killer, but laugh out loud. I got you. Russell says, I don't plan on watching that again, Michael. Oh, he's talking about the movie that you were spoiled.
None of you need to watch that. Do not support that shit. Normally, I'm the type to say support all horror movies so that we get more horror movies. Don't support that movie. We don't need more of that movie.
Yeah. Russell saying Near Dark is a great movie too. It's a vampire movie. Yeah, Near Dark came out the same year as The Lost Boys did. It's just it got kind of
overshadowed
to where it didn't do as well for the simple fact that The Lost Boys was out and everybody was checking that movie out. Wayne said, I have a first pressing soundtrack of The Lost Boys on vinyl. Dude, that's awesome.
That's fucking crazy.
Awesome.
Probably worth something in a bit.
Yeah. Let's see. Mr. Rick is saying, no, Michael, if we had to live through Summer 3, you have to too. Dude, maybe I'll make that a stream where I have to watch it. See, what I was thinking about doing for channel members this Halloween was I was going to do a watch along with Halloween 5. So you guys could watch me just lose my shit. Channel members, of course. I probably wouldn't do that on YouTube itself, but dude, there's yeah. IS71 is saying fantastic. Say that again. What were we talking about? Did I say something was fantastic? Paula said Fantastic Four. So I've actually heard good things about that movie, surprisingly.
Oh, yeah, I've heard great things about it.
So I haven't seen it, but I've heard I've heard surprisingly good things about it, which is crazy to me. Wayne said Near Dark is cool. I have that on rare 2-disc DVD edition. Yes, it is hard to get. I haven't seen that movie in probably 20 years, and trying to get it on Blu-ray is ridiculous. Like, I've found it and they want like $80 to $100 for a single print of that movie. So I'll probably end up getting a generic version. But yeah, that's one that definitely has to go in the collection for sure. James said, love The Lost Boys and the soundtrack is awesome. Yeah, dude, 100%. 100%. Russell said, I wanted to ask you, Michael, did you watch Countdown yet? No, I haven't, Mr. Rick, but I promise it's on the list. You're not the only one telling me to watch it. I got 2 people at work like, you got to watch that. You got to watch it. So I am going to get to it. Well, Eric, so we've got Friday the 13th back in some form or fashion. So, I mean, at this point, I'm just going to sit back and wait and see what happens. I'm going to try not to get too excited. I'm going to try not to freak out either. But let's get some closing thoughts on Friday the 13th. What are your closing thoughts with what we have so far?
What we have so far. I'm glad it's back. Closing thoughts, and is glad it's back.
Yeah.
I hope that they mean what they say when they say they're going to listen to fans, because the mask needs work. But short of that, I'm excited that they're working on
it.
Yeah. We had a good 5-year run of nothing, no competition to Halloween.
Yeah.
Where that was all that was being talked about for years and years. And the Halloween trilogy's over now. Not sure whether they're going to move forward with that. But I'm ready to have that same stretch with just Jason.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm looking forward to that too, man. I hope that they don't disappoint. with Jason, for me, like it's like I feel like I've been able to talk about Halloween. I've been able to talk about, past Jason movies, but the last time there was a Jason movie in theaters, I was nowhere near doing YouTube or talking about it amongst people that I've met on the internet. I wasn't real active online when that came out. So this is going to be exciting, not only for me to be able to jump into Friday the 13th, to immerse myself in that world again, man, because watching all the other ones, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love it, man. I love going back to the older movies, but they're all places that I've been before, and I'm waiting to go somewhere new. And see that character that I love so much. And if it's with a shitty mask, then so be it. It's with a shitty mask, but damn it, give me a good Jason. Make him feel like Jason. And I feel like they did do a good job with the little 42-second clip that we saw of this short film that they're doing. So Jason looked, dude, he came out of the water like a shark. We talked about that. To me, that's Jason. It's physical, it's fast, and it's unstoppable. To where Michael is slow and calculated, and Jason's not. Like you go back to the first Friday the 13th when you used to get that point of view of Jason where he was walking and you got the sound and you had that. I miss all that, man. I hope they bring some of that back. But once Jason gets started, man, he's not stopping. Like that's how I felt about this character. I felt he was physical. I felt he was dominant. Even when they showed him on screen, they showed him in all dominant fashions. You know what I mean? The camera was pointing up when he was stabbing down. You're looking up at Jason. You're seeing his physical presence and his strength. And it's just like, man, that's what I want. I want all of that. And he better not get thrown into a meat grinder at the end, and he better not kill with a buddy. Like I can't do that with this. Like, don't go that route either. But like I said, all jokes aside, if the mask is going to be bad, then it's going to be bad, but at least make Jason. And that's important to me.
What if this ends like a Marvel movie where it says, Jason will return and it gives a date? So it's like this is the announcement of the movie.
Yeah. And shit. Then I'm gonna have a million questions, and I'll talk about them all with you guys on here. We'll
Can't
talk
wait,
about
man.
it. I can't either. Eric, dude, this has been a blast, man. It was a blast to talk about new Friday the 13th for one. And hanging out with everybody in the chat. You guys know I love hanging out with you guys. Any time that I can get on here. There will be a Horror Talk and Coffee this Thursday. There will be no Monday night show. I work tomorrow. But look for 2 reaction videos that will be dropping. I could probably drop one of them tonight. But it's for the new Welcome to Derry trailer came out, and Silent Night, Deadly Night remake starring Corey Cunningham himself, playing Billy in that. So definitely look for those videos coming out, and there will be a Horror Talk and Coffee Thursday at 11:30 a.m. And when we do Horror Talk and Coffee, you guys drive the show. It's all based off of the comments that I get, and I let you guys go, and I go where you guys go. So looking forward to that. Eric, thanks again a million, man, for coming in and talking Friday the 13th with me, dude. You're always welcome here. It was good to see you back on here, brother.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, anytime, man. And everybody in the chat, guys, I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.
Toodaloo, motherfucker. Hey.